Hi folks, for years, Tesla has dominated the electric vehicle market.
In the world of electric vehicles, Tesla has reigned supreme.
The total number of orders for the Model 3 in the past 24 hours has now passed 115,000.
We found dozens of people lined outside the automaker's Chelsea showroom, hoping to put their name on the list. For $1,000, potential buyers can reserve one of Tesla's new affordable vehicles.
Tesla has received almost 400,000 orders from its latest car, the Model 3 sedan.
Several major automakers are making big bets on the electric vehicle market. But so far, the US EV market seems to belong to one automaker, Tesla.
But what if I told you there's a company that beat Tesla to become the world's #1 EV brand? The company isn't from the USA, Europe, or any developed economy. It's from a developing country, China. Meet BYD.
BYD, the world's largest EV manufacturer.
The Chinese EV giant reported its annual 2024 sales of $107 billion, a 29% increase from the year prior, and more than 9% higher than American rival Tesla. In 2024, BYD sold about as many EVs as Tesla did worldwide, and that's only about half of BYD's total volume.
BYD is now bigger than Nissan, bigger than Honda, bigger than Ford.
It's 1995, the dot-com boom is going on. Hundreds of internet companies are being formed, along with a rechargeable battery manufacturing startup in China. In 2003, the company entered the automotive industry, even though the founder didn't have a driving license. In 2009, the company launched its first EV. In 2011, Elon Musk was asked about the competition. He started laughing. Fast forward to 2023, BYD outsold Tesla, and in 2024, it surpassed Tesla in terms of revenue. Folks, the question arises, how can a mobile phone battery maker defeat giants like Tesla, BMW, Ford, VW, and Rolls-Royce in such intense competition? Can Tesla or other brands fight back? Or will BYD conquer the EV market easily? What can businessperson like you and me learn from BYD's insane rise? For weeks, I've researched BYD, read books, articles, financials, and watched interviews, and I've found the powerful weapons of BYD. It's 1966. China has not yet recovered from the disasters of World War II, the Civil War, Cultural Revolution, and the resulting famine. Anhui Province was one of the worst hit, making it one of the poorest provinces. In this province, on April 8, 1966, Wang Chuanfu was born into a poor farming family. His early life was very challenging. He lost his father, the only earning member of the family. His sisters had to marry early. One sister went into foster care, and his brother dropped out of school to support the family. Wang decided to go to a technical secondary school to secure a government job. 2 years later, disaster struck again. His mother collapsed. Wang missed his final exam and considered dropping out of school. But his brother and sister-in-law insisted he continue his studies. His family worked hard, even sold jewelry, to support his education. He graduated from Central South University in Metallurgical Physical Chemistry in 1987 and completed his post-graduation at Beijing General Research Institute for Non-Ferrous Metals in 1990. Wang began his career as a state-sponsored researcher and became deputy director. In 1993, his institute set up a joint venture to produce batteries in Shenzhen, where he was offered the position of general manager. He gained valuable insights into business management and battery production. In the 1990s, Japanese battery makers shifted from nickel-cadmium battery technology to lithium-ion battery technology due to environmental concerns. This created a market opportunity because lithium-ion batteries were very costly, and the Chinese alternative nickel-cadmium batteries were of low quality. Wang identified the gap and proposed a new venture to his employer, but it was not approved. Confident in his vision, he quit his secure job after a few sleepless nights. Although he couldn't secure enough funds, he started regretting his decision of quitting secure job. Once again, family came in his rescue. His cousin and a friend became stakeholders and co-founded BYD. The company started by improving nickel-cadmium battery technology. making them affordable and efficient using manual labor in various shifts. Despite initial struggles, BYD grew rapidly. By the end of the 20th century, it was the #1 battery maker in the world. In 2002, the company went public. 34 initial executives became millionaires. In 2003, Wang saw an opportunity to use battery technology to make EVs. Getting a license was difficult, so the company acquired a small, struggling, state-owned car manufacturer, despite initial shareholder resistance. The first model was rejected for poor design, and Wang personally destroyed the prototype. BYD then focused on reverse engineering existing models, which led to accusations of copying brands like Toyota and Honda. However, they modified the designs enough to win legal cases. The first successful car was the BYD F3 in 2005. In 2008, they launched the BYD F3 DM, the first plug-in hybrid EV. In 2008, company participated in Detroit Auto Show. BYD became a laughingstock. Critics said the doors didn't close properly and the design was poor. However, a few were impressed, as many big brands hadn't even developed single EV or hybrid vehicle. Among them was Charlie Munger. That same year, Tesla launched the Roadster fast and long range, positioning itself as a premium brand. In 2008, Charlie Munger, vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, convinced Warren Buffett to look into BYD. This led to a $232 million investment for a 10% stake. The investment boosted BYD's global credibility. BYD continued innovating. In 2009, it launched its first pure EV. The company did a fatal mistake by cutting R&D in traditional cars to focus on EVs. Quality dropped and dealers left company. In 2010, profits dropped by 58%, and in first half of 2011 by 88%. This led to mass layoffs and resignations. On live TV, when Elon Musk was asked about BYD, he started laughing.
Why do you laugh? BYD is trying to compete. Why do you laugh?
Have you seen that car?
BYD worked on improving product quality. Buffett and Munger visited Wang to show support. In 2015, despite struggling in conventional market, BYD sold 62,000 new energy vehicles, becoming the world's #1 NEV company with 11% global share. China's government also began supporting EVs. In 2016, BYD hired Wolfgang Egger to create original designs inspired by Chinese dynasties. That year, sales rose 130% and BYD held 65% market share in China. But disaster was on the horizon. From 2017 to 2019, challenges mounted. The Chinese government cut EV subsidies, hurting profits. Wang called it BYD's darkest moment and aimed to simply survive. Meanwhile, Tesla launched the much-anticipated Model Y, making it #1 EV company, and built a massive factory in China, threatening BYD's cost advantage of using cheap workforce. A new competitor also emerged in battery manufacturing to dethrone as largest battery maker in the world. Then COVID-19 struck, causing lockdowns and travel bans. Sales declined, layoffs loomed, but BYD stood by its employees and began producing PPE kits. During this difficult time, the company was planning its next move. BYD began exports in 2005 to Russia, in 2009 to the Middle East, Africa, and South America. In 2011, it entered the USA market and, by 2014, launched an electric bus plant. Post-2021, BYD expanded rapidly across Europe, Australia, Brazil, Mexico, Japan, India, and Southeast Asia. In the USA, it focused on commercial vehicles due to high tariffs and entry barriers. BYD developed Blade Battery, a lithium iron phosphate (LFP) technology, considered the safest and most efficient in the industry. A demo showed a traditional battery catching fire after a nail puncture, while the Blade battery remained stable. At a time when EV fires were common, This boosted BYD's reputation. Then came the Han, a premium electric sedan with better design and interior than Tesla. It had a huge market impact. BYD followed up with several SUVs and sports sedans. Under premium brands like Denza and Yangwang, BYD started competing with Tesla in nearly every segment. From 2020 to 2024, sales skyrocketed. The company is accused of alleged links with the Chinese Communist Party, being heavily subsidized by the Chinese government, and overproduction. As a result of these allegations, countries such as the United States, members of the European Union, and India have shown reluctance in providing market access to BYD. In Europe, customers dislike the slogan, "Build your dreams." As of 2024, BYD holds 90% market share in China, 70% in Brazil, and significant shares in Australia, Mexico, and Thailand. It operates in 70-plus countries and earned $107 billion in revenue, more than Tesla's approximately $98 billion, becoming the world's #1 NEV company and nearly the top pure EV brand. Experts believe company will continue to grow at impressive rate in emerging and in developed market in foreseeable future and take a massive lead over competitors. How is BYD taking over the EV market? Can anyone stop this giant? What can businessperson like you and me learn from BYD's insane rise? BYD has 3 superpowers. First, vertical integration. Produces many components in-house, including batteries and microchips, ensuring cost control, quality, and healthy profit margin, while Tesla is still dependent on third-party suppliers. Second, diversification. Manufacturing in emerging market using cheap workforce with target of middle-class consumer of developed and even developing economy helped company to establish cost leadership. Company operates in various sectors like electronics, new energy, and rail transit, giving it a stable foundation and cash flow for future growth. Third, innovation. Continuous R&D has led to breakthroughs like 400 kilometers range in just 5 minutes of charging. Cost control, managing profit margin, rapid innovation, and expansion into multiple sectors and markets have made BYD a global leader in high-quality EVs. What's your take on BYD's success? We are working on exciting case studies. Any suggestions for future documentary? Leave them in comments section. I'll personally reply as soon as possible. Like, subscribe, and press bell notification for more exciting business documentary and insights. Thanks for watching this case study on BYD. Bye-bye.